So let's begin. We're going to be focusing on the joints, and you can start from the top, go down, or start from the down and then go up. Starting with just the shoulders, and I'm going to be just lifting the shoulders up, front, back, up, front. And when you do shoulder joint movements, it's kind of better to start with this forward moves first, because we tend to have this slouched shoulders, and when we slowly, after we do this maybe 4 or 5 times, now reverse, so up and back. It's going to be kind of easier for the joint to feel a sense of kind of opening instead of closing on the shoulder joints. And then the muscles at the front and kind of at the back even. And now bring the hands onto the shoulders. Now a little bit adding almost like thoracic area and then the spine. Feel the elbows reaching a little bit kind of to the sides, and then bring them close and then open. Coordinating. Most of the movements are going to be, it's going to be possible to coordinate them with the breath. So find a way, maybe, to do the movements in coordination with your breath. Inhaling when you open. Exhaling. So I'm doing a smaller version. If you want to do even more, it can be like much bigger arch on your spine. But just be careful. Any movement that I'm guiding, if it doesn't feel right, don't do that, or adjust or modify, or do a gentle version, please. And do that one more time. And now bring the elbows again out to the sides and release the hands. Feel a little bit the shoulder blades at the back, and you are gently stretching the shoulder blades closer towards each other. And the elbows are pushing a little bit, maybe less than an inch backwards, activating a little bit of the rotator cuff muscles on your shoulders. And now we're going to add a little bit of like reaching up movement. And your arms, they don't have to be straight, but imagine you are reaching to grab something from the top and then bring it down. And if you have any shoulder issues, these may not be accessible for you. Again, do something very simple. Maybe you are here and then kind of opening like that. Just like doing your best as you reach. And now, next time when you reach with this arm, just stay here. This hand is kind of still in the same position, but feel the side body stretching. One of the pathways of the meridians or the organs this time of the year is gallbladder, and it goes through the side body. Starts around the eyes all the way down to the toes. So we're starting to stretch. We're going to do a lot of things to activate the side body in really interesting forms. I love some of those as we move through some spring Qigong, wood element. Let's do one more time, but do it faster. A few times. And release. Bring the hands on your shoulders. Now switch the hand, so this hand will go to the other side. Find a point at like midpoint of your, in between the shoulder and then the neck. So just tap, like karate chop with the side of your hand. Tap on that point. This is also a point on the gallbladder meridian. And then a little bit of like a massage. Give it a good, nice squeeze. A lot of times this point will feel, oh, this is just so tight here. I didn't know that. And then take it all the way to the neck. Opposite side. Nice massage. Those of you who are new, Qigong includes a lot of self-massage. And then take it all the way now down through the arm. And then shake this arm a little bit, almost like the side also. And just take a moment to pause and feel all the sensations, what's happening on this side of the body that we have worked. And then move to the other side. Again, finding the midpoint. A little bit of a karate chop kind of a thing. And then turn it into a massage. Again, mostly around midpoint, sometimes a little bit back. Also may feel sensitive. And you're doing a firm squeeze. It's not just like gentle touch. So make it a good one. That's kind of deep tissue massage in a way. And then come all the way to the neck and to the head. And then down through the arm. Your squeeze, release, squeeze, release. This is also a Korean style massage, by the way. Come all the way and then shake that too. And now shake both arms. And just pause and notice how things are feeling in the upper body. Breathe in, breathe out. Every time when we check in what's happening with the body, this is almost like making us more familiar with, oh yeah, things are circulating better. I'm feeling all these like simple foundational sensation awareness is just like a great thing to do. And now a little bit on the head and neck, simple head turns. Side to side. And after you do this a few times, just change the movement now, ear to the shoulder. Don't kind of use too much force. These are gentle. Cervical vertebra on your neck, they are smaller compared to some bigger ones in the low back, so just be gentle. And then maybe if things are feeling okay, you can just roll your head a little bit. And then reverse the direction. This kind of a routine, joint warm-up, silk reeling, we call them in Qigong, are supposed to be done daily. So just keep that in mind. Now open the arms out to the sides and switch one arm up, the other one, palm up, this one is down. And gaze towards the palm that's facing up. And then switch, turn to the other side. So now both the arms and neck are being almost like warmed up together. Do that a few more times. Shoulder joint, wrists, elbows. Everything is just getting some energy into the joints. And just stay here for a moment. Have both hands kind of facing down right now. Just hold the arms here. Shoulders down, away from the ears. Notice the sensations. Maybe it's feeling like, oh my God, it's getting too much. Now open and close the hands. Fingers really releasing any energy. At the same time, your back muscles are working as you keep the arms, or trying to keep the arms. Maybe it's feeling like, oh my God, this is getting too much. Stay with me for maybe 5 more seconds. And then slowly release. And as you release, feel so much sensory kind of awareness all around the body, upper body especially. Now come back to the sides on the ribs, like almost midpoint or around the brow line or like the nipple line. Give it a good massage. There are a few acupuncture points in this part of the body. They can be helpful to release like pain all over the body in terms of their impact. So just give them a good massage and go down to your kidneys. You can do a bit almost like a circular massage or like a soft fist hand massage. And then then on the front now, find a point on the nipple line, but just like still at the top of the rib cage. Just tap here with maybe 3-4 fingers. This is the end of the liver meridian. And liver, the acupuncture pathway goes through inner legs, so we're going to be doing some inner leg stretches, but gallbladder is on the side, so we're going to be doing a lot to stretch the sides. And now I'm just going to take my glasses, slowly move up to the collarbones, right under the collarbones. And now move to your face. You can use maybe 2 fingers or 3 fingers. From the sides of your mouth, come all the way to the area right under your ears, and then, eyes, and then come around the eyes. The sensory organ for this time of the year is eyes, so we're going to be doing a lot of eye stuff. Just tap, tap, tap a little bit. And now rub your fingers or hands, palms, as you start to feel some warmth. Bring your hands, palms over your eyes. Just cup your hands over your eyes and feel the warmth, feel the energy going through your eyes. Your eyes can be open or closed. And then slowly, just maybe take your hands around the face. And release your hands on your laps. And just take a moment to, again, observe. Just take note of how the upper body is feeling. All the joints are maybe a little bit more active. The muscles are kind of fired up. Now moving on to the lower body, and we're going to start by tapping, massage kind of a thing. You're going to be squeezing sides of your legs all the way to the knees. Go up. Again, good, nice squeeze. It's not just gentle tapping, gentle kind of touch. And let's do it one more time. Come all the way to the knee, and then when you come around the knee, just bend and straighten the leg a few times. And now maybe hold it and then push the, you're stretching the bottom of your legs, and straighten or bring the toes towards yourself. Point and flex, and then circle. That's for the ankle. And then drop the foot down, but we're going to be tapping to another point that is under the kneecap, on the side, almost like lateral leg. And you can do just like a fist tapping into that area. It's a point on the gallbladder meridian which helps with the muscle and joint pain. And now release, just tap on the sides of your knee, both hands. Tap and slap, front and back. And release. Take a moment to check again. How does this leg feel compared to the other one? Are you noticing more like things are flowing, subtle sensations, maybe warmth, maybe heat, maybe coldness, but you are definitely much more aware of this side probably. And now we're going to be moving to the other side again, starting with the thighs. A little bit towards the knee, back, knee, back to the groins again. Come on, coming here. Maybe let's do this one also again, the tapping on this point to help with the, or almost like reminding the body that we're doing something for the muscles, ligaments, sinews, for it to be kind of more receptive. And then you can hold the leg again and point and flex a few times for the knee joint. And then hold and circle, point and flex. Just find a way to move your ankles. And now release sides of the knee tapping. And then front and back. Release. Now just feel, maybe there's a bit more kind of similar sensations on both legs. Now we're going to be standing. And one way to slowly incorporate this joint activation into the, from seated to standing position is actually, I'm going to turn a little bit this way so you see what I'm talking about. Bring your hands to the front and we're going to move up very slowly. Very slowly. Pay attention to that one. So bring your feet a little bit closer towards yourself. And now you're going to be leaning forward, no rounding in the spine. Your hands are reaching forward. Press your feet firmly down. Engage the abdomen. And lift your hips only 1 inch. And stay here. And then release. This is a test when I do it in the clinic. Like I know some people... they don't kind of notice the seriousness of deterioration. And then I tell them, let's try this one to feel the strength. And then they realize maybe like they cannot do that. And then they realize, oh, this is so basic and I still cannot do it. And then they take it more seriously, like regular exercise is something we all need. And then lift again. Sit back. And every time, when you stand up from a seated position, give this one a try. And then again, lift up, stay here. Maybe without your hips touching to the chair. Close, lift up, lift up, lift up. Feel the sensations in your legs. And then slowly just stay here. Release the hands. You can maybe come into almost like the chair pose in yoga. And then bring your hands onto the thighs and slowly straighten the legs. And just stay here for a moment. Extend like the torso from the tailbone to the top of the head. Legs are also stretching. Now start to bend the knees again. We're not going to go back to sitting. And bend the knees and roll yourself up as you curl it up. Do that a few more times as you curl up like a wave or like a serpent, undulating the spine a little bit. Come up into a standing position. I'm going to move the chair to the side. Now, as we are in a standing position, let's just do one more movement that's going to include all of the joints in the body. Rooster spreads its wings. I like to include that in different classes sometimes. So your hands are touching each other and you are moving your elbows, or you're imagining you are making a circle with the elbows. When the elbows are making a circle, the body is also turning. You're going to almost like intuitively move your hips. The stance could be wider sometimes if you want to add a little bit of like inner leg stretch as well. And do it slowly. It doesn't have to be big, but just focus on drawing the circle on the side and then the other side. Almost like elbows. At the same time, I'm stretching the inner leg, if you can. Otherwise, if you're doing this just at the kind of, without engaging the legs or lower leg joints, that's also fine. And next time, either side is fine, reverse the circle. So the circle you were drawing is going to be going the other direction. Notice you are like engaging everything. There are some advanced versions of this move. Unbelievable. We're not gonna go there, but they are so fascinating. They're so captivating, like, oh wow, look at this, what we can do with activating all of the joints instead of just like simple weightlifting, which can be boring sometimes. But doing these kind of things that can be helpful for the joints. As they say, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Or moving hinge never rusts. And then come back to center. Now widen your stance if you weren't there already. Hands are still touching each other. And we're gonna be moving side to side with the legs. And then the hands are moving to the sides where we bend the knee. And then the head is turning towards the other side. Swimming dragon, this is called. And a few more times. You can also choose to stay in one of those and feel what's happening with the legs as you are almost like shifting the weight onto this side. And then to the other side. And then back. And come back to center. Bring your feet a little closer. Release the hands and transition into knocking on the door of life. Let your arms swing, so gently rotating the spine. In this version, the feet are almost like parallel to each other and lower body is not moving. And slowly you can add the heel lifts as well. So it becomes entire diagonal fascia backlines of the body moving. And the hand at the back, you are kind of tapping into the midpoint. That's called also the door of life, gate of life. Activating that. You can go faster or slower. Just do that. Let this sense of almost like freedom to come through the whole body as if you are just shaking, releasing, letting the circulation improve in the body. And we're gonna slow it down. And then come to a pause. Your stance is gonna be about shoulder width apart and bring the hands in front of the abdomen. Let the palms face each other. Knees soft, bend them a little bit, tailbone tucked under. Pubic bone is slightly lifted, shoulders down. Chin is tucked a little bit so neck is long at the back. Connect the sensations in between the palms now. And take a few moments to feel almost like the magnetic pull that exists between your hands. Maybe add a little bit of movement now to your hands. Inhaling, gently opening. Exhaling, they're coming closer towards each other. Just connecting with this chi, the energy, life force. Your hands may be just still as well. And you can imagine there's like a ball, energy ball between your hands. Breathing in, breathing out. And add into this, as you are just standing here, some awareness of your feet. As if your feet are like growing roots down to the depth of the world, the earth underneath. And feel yourself standing on the earth like a tree almost. Feel the strength in your bones, vitality in your joints, and a sense of inner liftedness through your spine. connected, supported, almost nourished by the earth underneath. And slowly release. If your eyes were closed, open them.